Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jaden Vondrasek of Novi football. How's it going?
Doing great, Casey. How are you doing?
Doing well. Pretty good season on overall. Obviously, not the way you wanted it to end, but it was still a pretty good year for you guys.
Yeah, starting 5-1 was definitely was awesome. I feel like we had really great chemistry and we were just keeping going, We had this flow that we were in and we just knew that we would trail, but we would always come back. We would always find a way to, come back and put up a good fight. And I feel like in those final games of our season, we just kind of we waited too long to come back. But I feel like starting that season pretty good was definitely fun. It was still a fun season. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you hadn't played football that long. This is only your third. You've only played football now for 3 years and stuff like that. I mean, well, what's that like to just just to come in and not play football as long and then just to have the success that you did.
I mean, obviously not playing football my whole life and then joining sophomore year and just like I don't know, I feel like I just joined to have fun and I feel like I was like, okay, I can maybe have fun while while playing well, And I feel like I don't know, over these 3 years, football's become really like important to me. And I feel like that now that it's now that I'm leaving it, I feel like I'm more than grateful that I played. And I'm just super thankful for Novi, really.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the times that, you were there, being a receiver and stuff like that, and you've had a lot of really good moments, throughout the years. Um, do you want to pick out a few of them?
Yeah, I could. There are some moments, but there are some moments of myself that I definitely find awesome. But I feel like just thinking of the homecoming game last year of that final play, that final catch by Thad, and that trick play I feel like that was definitely the highlight of my football career. Even though it wasn't to me, I feel like that was the best feeling ever. I feel like I don't know.
I know you've had a lot of big moments. I mean, I mean, obviously, you had your own kind of moment this year, with of course, catching the game winner against Brighton.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, I feel like Brighton's just a really great team, and that game was so crazy. I feel like it was back and forth the whole time, and then the lightning delay, and just I don't know. I feel like just going back out there after the delay and having to warm up again was I don't know, I felt surreal almost because when you
Yeah.
looked in the stands, it felt like you were back in like a JV game. Like I felt like it was a Thursday night and it was just the parents. Like I don't know, it was so quiet. It was eerily quiet, and then
Yeah.
that touchdown and it just explodes. And doing that at Brighton was pretty cool too because
Yeah.
we had some fans that stayed.
So, you look at like, what was that like I mean, have you ever been in like that kind of situation where you just had to sit and wait for something?
Honestly, no. I mean, it was kind of crazy that we had like it's kind of like an adrenaline like dump because you have so much in a game, and you're just ready to go out there and run and hit somebody, and then you're told to sit and hold that until 30 minutes later, where you have to pick it back up. So sitting in that locker room, I feel like no, our team did a really good job of not sulking too much, and I feel like we were able to keep a good mindset during that whole break, and I feel like that's why part of the reason why we won. It was instead of going in there messing around, falling asleep, we stayed locked into the game the whole time, and I, part of the reason why we won.
Like, what'd you do? Like, how do you like pass the time with that?
Well, we went in there, we had some fun, I'm not gonna lie, but we did stay into the game, but the coach talked to us, got us like way to stay motivated. Uh, just talking to each other about the game and things that we can improve on because you don't get a lot of chances where you can have a second halftime. You know, a halftime is it's a point in the game where you go in there to improve what is like what you can get better on and what they're doing good and what how you can adjust to that. And I feel like having that it was crazy. It was really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So really going into um this year, I'm, having a lot of the big, you know, memories that you've had. There was a couple games where, the Heartland game last year, where you kind of, you know, got some big plays and got in the end zone. What was that game like? Because that was the game that you were kind of introduced to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that game was fun. I'm not gonna lie. That was really it was great to go in there at like in a to Heartland, which was pretty cool, and to perform like that in front of my family who is this is his second year of football. He might not. I don't know. He doesn't know what he's gonna do out there, but going out there and playing well is just it definitely sparked something, and it made me realize that football could be more than just a way to stay active, but actually something to carry with me, and something to pursue.
Yeah. So, kind of also, now that, football's over, I'm sure you've had a lot of time to reflect back on, this season, your career and stuff like that. What will you most remember?
I'm definitely gonna remember. That's a good question. I feel like some of the things that I've learned at football have been like just ways that you can deal with adversity. Like again, the Brighton game, having that delay and having to relax and then come back out and pick it right back up where you left off was crazy. That's definitely one of my favorite memories. I'm never gonna forget that game. Um, there was a few games this year where it was trailing in the last minute and just finding ways to dig out a touchdown or dig out a defensive stop. Our defense did really good the final stretch of some games. So definitely some really cool moments that I'm gonna carry with me.
Yeah. What does like football mean to you and stuff?
Football, football meant a lot to me, and like I said, only my third year, but this this carry this like this weight that football has like I don't know that I carry now that I play it is it's really cool. Football was something that I never really thought of until sophomore year, and now that I did do it, I feel like I'm more than happy that I did. Football is something that I can look back on. So many friendships, so many like long lasting memories that I'm gonna always carry with me. I'm more than grateful for football, really.
Yeah. What are you going to miss about high school football?
What am I gonna miss? Our team dinners, our team dinners were always really good. I'm not gonna lie, but those practices after school and just going at each other, going head to head, it was fun, and I'm gonna miss that a lot.
Yeah. So I know you have a baseball season as well to get ready for, but what are you what is next for you?
Well, now that football is done, you're right. I gotta turn the page to baseball, and I feel like that's a year long, practice. You got workouts and stuff like that. So can't dwell that football's done too much. It kind of picks right back up to baseball, and now I just kind of you have to switch your focus, I guess. But in the off season, just focus on getting better and hope to have a good baseball season.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jaden, thanks so much for the time as always, and we'll talk to you later on in the year. How about that?
Sounds good, Casey. Hope to.